Okay, so video number 10. Yeah, so on to this one. This was a slightly different kind of pose for me to actually capture. It was a girl off of Instagram, and it was just a snapshot of, I think it was a clothing brand where I really liked the dress, but also really liked the pose that she was striking. And yeah, so the reason why I thought it'd be quite difficult is because her eyes are actually half shut and her head was tilted down. Originally, it looks as if her eyes are kind of, she looks a little bit old here, but really I think she's in her early 20s. But the way that it is, it looks as if the way that I've drawn it, I should say, is she looks as if she's got loads of wrinkles, which she doesn't. So yeah, the first one, all three were good speed. However, this one in particular was a good speed, but it was, as I said, difficult to capture with the closed eyes. I had to brighten up the reference picture because I didn't actually see that her eyes were actually half open or half shut, depends on how you look at it, not fully closed. So for the first one, I used Loomis and gestural methods. I captured the overall face shape and also the collarbone and neck, and also I it was more like a gestural for the hair. I was running out of time, so I just kind of did a very rough outline of where the waves and the hair was positioned. In ordinarily, if I was doing a proper drawing, I would spend a lot more time on the hair, but I was running out of time, as I said. So for the overall first attempt, I was actually quite happy. However, I would change the eyes going forward, which I done in number 2. So number 2, I'd done a little bit more of a close-up. However, I got the length of the face completely wrong. I made her slightly more longer, and the lips were a little bit more wider and slightly fuller, which they aren't actually as full as that. So, but I did manage to get the eyes and work a little bit more on the hair. I had a little bit more time, so I decided to spend a little bit more time on that. I do like the nose, so there are some negatives as well as some positives, which I'm trying to focus more on the positives and take some learning tips from the negatives. So the second one was slightly over good speed. It was about 20 seconds over, purely because I wanted to see if I could do a technique on the hair, which going forward I will just stop when the timer goes, which I should be doing that, but just try to be more mindful of it. I used the Loomis and gestural method, and I should be using less pressure on the pencil, and that was for number 2. Number 3, I managed to capture her a lot better in the third one. I feel as if I learned quite a bit more, specifically on pencil pressure and proportions and the eyes as well as the hair. So I managed to get quite a few learning tips from this drawing. It was good speed. I'm happy with the results. I'm really happy with the fact that I managed to get the eyes as well as the hair. The hair has been something that has been really kind of not something that naturally comes to me, and I used the same methods as the previous second one. And I'll just try and continue with listening on the pencil pressure and continue to be more mindful of that, as well as trying to continue with getting out my comfort zone so that I can produce these types of drawings, which is something I've wanted to do years ago when I was in school, but I felt as if I wasn't capable of it, which it turns out with a little bit of practice you can. So let me know what you think below and get back to me. Start a wee chat in the comments section, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!